Good morning, everyone. Welcome on Drive this morning. Brent here. I've got Alex on camera. Andrew's in FC. Unfortunately, the jigger is having technical difficulties. They're trying to work on it. So they, for now, it's just me. Hopefully, they manage to fix that at some point. Just to let you know, during the night we heard male lions calling constantly. I thought they were in this area around WildEarthTV Dam. So we're actually checking for tracks now. I'm going to check through to Bovelshoek, see if we can find the tracks. It sounded like 2 males calling last night. So maybe the Matimbas have moved on. So for the first thing this morning, we're going to look for lions. And there the tracks are opposite direction. Although we didn't find any tracks down the dam, they might have moved down towards the dam to drink. But we've got tracks of 2 male lions. They could have covered quite a lot of distance because the last time I heard them was probably around 1 o'clock this morning. But you know, it's quite a cool and overcast day this morning. This cloud looks a little bit thicker than what we normally get in the morning. But I still think it's probably going to burn off during the day. Morning, no updates yet. I'm following up on Ngonzo of Tumadoda Ngala. Ngonzo is heading south from WildEarthTV Dam. Sorry, wrong radio. Morning, following up on Ngonzo of Tumadoda Ngala. We had audio of them last night around WildEarthTV Dam. Ngonzo is heading south from the dam. Firm. Copy, thanks. We're just going to check down this road a little bit. If we don't find tracks here, we're going to head round Twin Dams again. So, no lion tracks here. We're going to head around to Twin Dams. Be nice, I haven't seen lions in a while. Be quite nice to see lions this morning. thanks. I'm gonna check. Actually, no, I'm not sure. I'm gonna check. Can you just keep me updated on the portal, please? Copy. Thank you very much. Good morning, Angela from Missouri. Angela would like to know if there's anyone else has seen, or there's any further updates on the elephant with the prolapsed uterus. Unfortunately not. No one that I've heard of have seen her again. So there is no update on that female. Okay, so another vehicle has picked up these same line tracks that we're following, and they've headed towards Philemon's Dip. So I'm going to shoot around quarantine and check for your tele access. Copy, will do. Good morning, Sandy from Texas. Sandy would like to know. Sorry. Copy, thanks. Sandy from Texas would like to know how we live. Do we live in tents around the lodge? How do we shower outside? And as it gets colder, how are we going to keep warm? Well, Sandy, we don't live that rough, I'm afraid. We live in what's called the Djuma research camp. And we each have our own little room, and then we share, I think there's 3 showers or 3 bathrooms that we share amongst ourselves. Copy, thanks. So, Sandy, yeah, and as it keeps warm, we just add an extra blanket. As it gets colder, to keep warm, we just add an extra blanket. Good morning, Louis from Buffalo, New York. Louis would like to know whether anyone knows whether quarantine made a kill last night. I don't think so. No one knows for sure. We were the last people with him last night, and I didn't see any tracks so far this morning. But we are going to look for the lions first, and then if we don't succeed with the lions, we'll probably go try look for quarantine again. Sorry, Andrew, go again. I'm listening to where the line tracks are heading. Good morning, Sharon from Pittsburgh. Sharon would like to know what's the hardest thing for me about living in the bush. Well, to be honest, Sharon, it's not being able to watch sport from time to time. I've spent a lot of time in the bush over the last 10 or 12 years, so I've missed some major sporting events, specifically like for me the World Cup rugby and Super Rugby, Curry Cup and Tri-Nations. So the one thing I do quite enjoy doing when I'm off is catching up on my sport. Good morning, Claire from New York. Claire wants to know, when lion or leopard close very close to the vehicles, do we make eye contact with them or do we look away? Can you see anything down there, Alex? A little bit higher, just down the road. No. Claire, it's up to you, but generally we'll make eye contact and look at the animals. They don't see us as a human or whatnot in the vehicle. They just see the vehicle, and it's quite a large, smelly thing that smells of petrol and oil and whatnot. So they don't really see us as individuals in the vehicle. So we look at them. Good morning, Carol from Santa Monica. Carol would like to know what happens in final control. Well, mostly Andrew just talks a lot and just keeps me very busy in my ear. No, I'm joking. What happens is Andrew will be sitting normally with two screens. He'll be watching what's happening on the two different vehicles, and it's his job to decide which sighting at that time is the best one to go to. Also, if we have any problems with the stream or anything like that, the person in front of all the funny computer stuff I know nothing about all there. And just check the trucks here. And also they will field as many questions as possible that you guys send in, and then relay it through to us in our ears. Good morning, Sarah in South Carolina. Sarah would like to know, do lions eat every day or do they skip a day after a large meal? On average, lions don't eat every day, but they probably eat every 3 to 4 days. And it again depends how hungry they are. If they haven't caught anything big or they're not full, they will try hunt every day, but not necessarily eat every day. Just stand by, I'm listening to the other radio. Andrew, just stand by, I'm listening to the other radio at the moment. Whereabouts to the last encounter for those Ngala head into the block? Copy. I've checked Weaver's Nest up to Elephant Skull. I'm now at Treehouse Mwati. I've got no encounters so far. I'll check Savages. Copy. Sorry guys, just getting an update. So the lions went into this area here somewhere. Just trying to find tracks at the moment. See where they might possibly have come out. Morning, morning. How are you guys doing this morning?
Chilling, are you?
Good, good.
Looks like we're gonna have to go for again, yeah?
Yeah, well, we've gone around the Elephant Skull.
Something on the dam.
Nothing. No tracks coming out.
We might just go back to just try and enjoy this one.
Yeah.
In this block, then it's gonna come out.
Well, at least they're in one block.
Yeah.
We can go around and around till we find them.
Big block, yeah,
No.
which is cool.
Okay, cool. We'll see you probably on the other side. Okay, Andrew, you can start again, sorry. Good morning, Jeannie. Jeannie wants to know what sports I played before guiding. Well, I actually played during guiding as well. I played rugby, and then I stopped a couple of years ago and my ankles gave up. And then these days we still play touch rugby. I actually played yesterday with some of the rangers from the other lodges. Really hoping those lions would have a late bout of roaring to let us know where they are. But no such luck yet. Come on, lions, where are you hiding? As I'm getting into the last position where those lion tracks were, I'm just going to have a closer look around here. You can see them here on the road. They went in towards the old hyena den at Philemon's Dip. I'm just going to check around on... See there, the tracks there. Just have a quick look down this section of Weaver's Nest, but not far. And then we're going to go back to the last tracks and do it the hard way. They're not going to be, doesn't seem like they're going to be very forthcoming and be lying on the road for us. Impalas crossing the road in front of us. Good morning, Diana from Michigan. Diana would like to know if I've had any scary moments with cats that are non-domestic. Oh, excuse me. I've had one or two. I'm gonna come join you. Oh, oh, I just put Alex in a thorn bush. Sorry, Alex. So basically, whoa, oh, Impala. The only really scary experience I've had with cats on foot was in the Kruger, right up against the Mozambique border, where the lions are quite well known for eating illegal immigrants from Mozambique who try to cross into South Africa. And we were walking through a drainage line, and we came up and we spotted a big pile of lions, about 35 or 36 lions in the distance, probably about 60-70 meters away from us, and two males got up and they charged us from that distance, which is very unusual for a lion. And there's a very funny saying, it's a very relevant saying: noisy lion is a safe lion. If a lion's growling and snarling at you, he's safe. He's not trying to eat you, he's telling you to go away. But a quiet lion is a very different animal. So they came from about 60 meters. My tracker and myself started shouting. I won't say our language was the best you've ever heard in your life. And he started throwing rocks at them. And they stopped about 4 meters from us. And it took us about 25 minutes to get out of that situation, going 1-2 steps at a time, and then they would come forward and we'd go back. But no, that was probably the worst. I've been charged by lions on foot quite a few times, but as we're saying, noisy lion is a safe lion. And guys, I'm going to go take a little walk on those last lion tracks. I should be back in a few minutes. I'm just going to go see if they're not maybe lying up very close by to here. So hopefully we get some luck. I'll leave Alex with a picture of the sunrise through the clouds.
Morning.
What can you see?
Nothing. I'm waiting.
That while we were at Treehouse Dam, they were moving through the block. So we're going to head straight around to Treehouse Dam again. I left the tracks maybe 100 meters from Treehouse Dam, and we didn't see any tracks at the dam while we were there. And it is getting very warm very quickly this morning. So what happens is when we do get cloud cover through the night, it traps a lot of the heat from the day before. So it starts out warm, and now that it's burning off quickly, it's going to be hot very quickly. Been off my vehicle for a short while. Are there any updates, please? Heavy trucks of those two Madoda Ngala head south from the Nisikaya and Philemon's dip towards Treehouse. We've checked Treehouse, no Nkonzo came out. We just checked the block now, but last tracks were probably about 150-200 meters from Treehouse. I'm heading back around to check Treehouse Mighty again. Come on, kitty cats! Good morning, Judith. Welcome on Drive with us this morning. Judith said Mark and I are talking about a possible dry spell or drought. what would that mean in terms of locating animals? Well, Judith, it actually makes finding animals much easier because the grass dies down and disappears, so we've got a lot more visibility. And the other thing is that the animals become far more dependent on the water that there is. So you have much larger concentrations of animals around the water holes. And also tracking is much easier. There's a lot of fine dust and stuff that's very easy to see the tracks in. So in terms of finding animals, it actually makes it very easy. And for most of your predators, it's a time of plenty. But for your prey species, it can be quite a tough time. Check through. Come from the other side of the treehouse dam. Check very carefully along here. Good morning, Charlotte from Denmark. Charlotte would like to, she says it seems the animals often follow the road. Are there any explanations for that? Yeah, Charlotte. So basically, a lot of the roads are put in areas where there would have been big game paths before, obviously to maximize the potential to see animals, but also lions and leopards in particular like walking down the roads because there's no grass and they avoid the dew. So it's like a double-laned highway for a predator. There, nothing down there. They're going that way. Okay, I'll check down towards Gary Man.
Yeah, maybe they walked in behind me. Yeah.
Oh, buggers. Okay. Okay. So they are going sort of southwest, but they're crossing the roads. They're not really using the roads. They're using big animal paths this morning. So we're gonna carry on around. Yeah, nice long walk for you. Enjoy it. So the trucks across the road here and are going south, which is a little bit of a problem for us because that is heading in the general direction towards our boundary, and we know how long when lions can walk very long distances when they're on the move, especially males. So I'm going to go a little bit faster in case they are just jumping ahead of us every time. general direction from the last tracks are they might come out onto the road here, unless they found another path that sort of continues straight south. Oh yeah, we've got their tracks here. Come on guys, don't cross. On the left hand side now. They slept over here. One track, one track. Oh, come on. Just keep hoping around the corner to see a big male lion. Oh dear, our boundary is coming up very quickly. And they slept right there. Oh, I thought it was a wasp. Oh dear. And here we go, if you have a look there, Alex. And you see the male line tracks. Whoop. And straight across to our southern neighbor. That is very disappointing. We're just one step behind them. If you have a look there, you can see how wet the urinated and scent mark. It's still wet, so it's really fresh. Nope. Straight on that road. Okay, well, let's go look for some leopards. See what this road is, so I can call it in for the other guys. I'm not sure what the road's called on the other side. On our side it's Weaver's Nest, and I don't have that side here. The stations in Konzo of those Madora and Gala. Cross south at Weaver's Nest junction with Gari Main. Oh, always fun to have a track. Not so fun when it's not so successful, but let's see what else is out there. Hyena tracks. just gonna have a quick look at Twin Dams. Sorry, last station, go again. So I'm reading you 1 out of 5. Update on those Ngala and Khoza, they crossed south at Weaver's Nest Junction with Gary Main. I'm really battling to copy you. I'm getting 1 out of 5. Look around here. In this tree. So I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to try to pick up. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Even better. Oh, Birchall's Kukul. Oh, he doesn't want to be seen today. Scurrying up and up and up. He's not being very cooperative. Let's see if we try. Oh, I can't even see him anymore. Go away, bird's about to drink. Still very conscious of their surroundings. They don't really look that comfortable on the ground. Good morning, Claire from New York. Claire wants me to show them a green hair tree. I'm not sure which tree that is. Oh, and there he goes. Go away, bird. A green tree, green thorn, or torchwood is one, or maybe a hairy caterpillar bush. That's the only two that I know that's got green in hair, even though they're different. I firm at Weaver's Nest Junction. Yeah, I copy. There must have been, I mean, there's scent marks and stuff, and the urine's still fresh and wet. Sorry, go again. No, there's no visual of any of those trucks going into Gary, but they walk straight. There's a road opposite Weaver's Nest. I'm not sure what it's called. They went straight onto that road. . Yeah, I've left the area. I'm checking the Mulwati around Twin Dams, and then I'm going to head towards Cheetah Run. Nice thing about driving sand riverbeds is you don't need your hands. Sort of relax while you let the sand steer you. Morning, Anne from Alabama. Anne would like to know if I've ever been to Nkomazi to visit Tony Fitzjohn's wild dog program in Tanzania. I haven't, unfortunately. I would love to though. When I was in Tanzania, I was way down in southern Sulu, and I didn't get out much. What I'm thinking is if those two Matimbas have come down this way and we followed their tracks there, maybe the Nkahumas have come back and they've split from the Matimbas, but maybe they have come closer back to our boundary. So, I mean, it is a bit of a long shot. I'm going to take a drive around towards the Buffelshoek boundary and hopefully something's crossed. We've been spoiled with leopard recently, but I'm missing the lions at the moment. try very carefully. Ah! Damn it. It was a brown-headed parrot. He might be a bit far there. Copy, thanks. Very frustrating. I confirmed they're on Little Gary. Oh, that is very frustrating, guys. I found those two male lions literally about 100 meters from where we lost where the tracks crossed our boundary. Well, it is what it is. And the sun's coming up, burning off all the clouds. Very quiet this morning, very little tracks around. Good morning, Matthew from Texas. Matthew would like to know if there's a chance of seeing some of the smaller cats like caracal and serval, African wildcat. Well, there's always a chance, Matthew. Unfortunately, with a lot of those animals, sorry, just checking the track there, they are active while we're not. So they're more active sort of after 7 o'clock in the evening when we close down. Specifically wildcats. And then serval and caracal don't occur in big densities in this area. Serval in particular prefer grasslands. So you've got a much better chance of seeing them in the Masai Mara or the Serengeti. I mean, we do see them from time to time, but it is very seldom, and they're few and far between. So they have because there's not as much rodent life here as there is in the bigger grasslands, and that's where you get more serval. And caracal also just generally occur at very low density. If you find out where one's frequenting the area, you can find them quite regularly. But also in an area where there's lots of other predators like lions and hyenas, they tend to keep a very, very low profile. Sure, I'm trying to find birds at the moment. I can't even see any birds in the trees. Good morning, Vicky. Welcome on Drive. Vicky would like to know, what is the best job I've ever done? Well, Vicky, I've enjoyed most of my jobs. I wouldn't say there's any best at the moment. They all have been very different and had different challenges. But I must say, it's been in Tanzania, it was very interesting. Involved in a lot of different things. Hyena tracks. Good morning, Charlotte from Denmark. Charlotte would like to know whether I've ever seen sable antelope in this area. Not in this area, but probably about 60 kilometers as the crow flies from here. I have seen sable before in the Kruger. Beautiful antelope. Squirrel. It's gone into, there we go. Oh no. If we sit there, might come around to the hole. Little tree squirrels. Oh, up. Oh, it disappears, you know. Mashinjana. It's the Shangaan name. Oh. They disappeared. You seen them in? No. So actually that reminds me of quite an interesting thing. When you work out in these lodges and stuff like that, quite often you'll be given a local nickname. And a friend of mine I used to work with, she was named Mashinjana, the tree squirrel. She's always busy running around. And then one of the funny ones, another guy we worked with, was called Matotovyala, which is a corn cricket. So it's big, spiky horned cricket. And that's because he walked with his legs very wide. So the Shangaan trackers said he walked like a corn cricket. And then mine, which was in Kwenyana, in this area, or actually only at the one lodge I worked at, and that basically is a grey go-away bird, because when I get excited I tend to make a lot of noise. So they said I was like grey go-away bird, making lots of noise. Good morning, Linda from Ohio. Linda wants to know if I got to see the testing that was in the TV show I worked on with Kevin Richardson. Yes, I did. I got to help set up some of those experiments. Good morning, Virginia from Kentucky. Virginia would like to know which extinct animal I would like to have seen. Sure, that's a very, very difficult question. Let me think about this for a little bit. Which extinct? Alex said you saber-toothed tiger for him. Oh, hello, waterbuck. Wow, woolly rhinoceros. I saw that, I was reading that they dug up an almost completely preserved one from the ice in Mongolia, I think it was. A little woolly rhino, baby woolly rhino. Nice big male waterbuck. Disappearing. But there you go, you can see that very distinctive ring around the bottom. So following mechanism. So actually, for those who didn't know, the emblem for the Sabi Sands Game Reserve is a male waterbuck. And that's the reason for that being, oh, we've got some white helmet shrikes. Light is very bad. Up in the tree here. Quite often called the Seven Sisters. It's an old sort of colloquial name for them. Due to the fact that they quite often travel in flocks of 7. Not always, but quite often. And they all depart together onto the road and onto the tree to the right. So that's, if you come up and to the right a bit, Alex. Okay, there he is. Oh, foraging, maybe if I try to move forward an inch, we might see the others on the road a little bit more clearly. There we go, white helmet shrikes. Foraging for insects this morning and disappeared. So, as I was saying about the waterbuck being the emblem for the Sabi Sands, when the Sabi Sands was formed, the first warden was a man by the name of Harry Kirkman. And area around where he used to live, there were a lot of waterbuck. So that's how the Sabi Sands ended up with its waterbuck emblem. But Harry Kirkman was quite a interesting guy. So if you see the old photographs of him, he's got the biggest eyebrows I think I've ever seen on any human in the world. And in his honor, one of the Kruger tuskers that comes into the Sabi Sands, big elephant bulls, was named after him, called Maliliwan, which was also his Shangaan name, which basically means eyebrows. Good morning, Dorothy in Canada. Dorothy would like to know, when do the dry riverbeds become rivers? And that would generally be during our summer months, Dorothy, so from about November through to about now, although we haven't had that much rain this year, so they haven't really flowed. And they don't normally flow throughout the year. They will flow for a very, very short time. And then the second part of Dorothy's question, when is the best time to spot rhinos, if they want to be spotted? Unfortunately, Dorothy, we're all very touchy about our rhinos at the moment, so we tend not to talk about how to find them and where to find them too much at all. But they're around. Hey, come on, Buffelshoek Dam, produce some magic. Good morning, Brenda from Pennsylvania. Brenda would like to know what a wildebeest coat feels like. Well, Brenda, I don't know. I don't have any wildebeest coats per se. No, I'm only joking. The hair is quite coarse, but still quite smooth. Okay, we're approaching Buffelshoek Dam now. We just want to see lions everywhere. We'll leave it on the wall. and we have one buffalo bull that I can see at the moment. No hippopotamus. Lots of woodlands kingfishers. Wonder where all his friends are this morning. Well, those two woodlands are certainly going for it as well. Still resting up in the shade. Sure, as it gets a bit warmer, he'll move down to the water's edge. See if we can get it. There's the noisy woodlands that we can hear. I wonder if that's the swimming one that Scott saw the other day. It is so quiet. I mean, even the radio is quiet. It means nothing is being found this morning. Boom! Those are fresh male leopard tracks. Okay, I've got something to follow. I'm just going to have a quick check where they went. Let me just turn the car around. male trucks. Looks like an adult male. Try see where the tracks go. The trucks head into this block, so we're going to drive around the edge, see if he possibly comes back onto the road or down towards the next road. Got some Franklin alarming up ahead. Franklin and a squirrel. Good morning, Dara from Ohio. Dara would like to know why we weren't able to go past that boundary where the lions went this morning. Is it because where the other landowners don't allow us, or because there's safaris going on and we don't want to overcrowd the area? It's the first reason, Dara. We only have an agreement with the owners of Djuma and Arathusa. We don't have an agreement with the other landowners, so we only stay on those two properties. So everything nice coming out yet. kudu. There's a female kudu and a youngster there. There's another younger one to the left. If you go slightly to the left. Oh, it's hiding behind the bush. Can't really see it. Yeah, good morning browse. Now kudu, with those large ears and very good eyesight, no updates. There was in Konzo to my daughter Ngala, but they've been located in Little Gari. They crossed around Weaver's Nest, and there's a Nyari Bull at Bovsuk Dam. Copy, good luck. So out of all the species that alarm call, sometimes impalas and yala get confused and they alarm call it smells, or I've seen impala alarm call a funny looking termite mound that they were convinced was a leopard. So when you hear kudu alarm calling, they're generally the most reliable. Sort of got it spot on. Kudu and monkeys. Try go forward a little bit. See, a couple more around the corner. Another little one, but a younger one. Well, they just keep disappearing. Here we go. The grey ghosts. For everyone you see, there's 3 you don't. Very elegant antelope. See how the ears are always moving, always constantly listening. And even with that constant vigilance, sometimes they end up as dinner. Them being so relaxed and calm is not a good sign that the leopard headed this way, so we're going to loop around. Good morning, Papa Bear. Papa Bear says he's noticed that there's more products from marula fruit being sold in the US, and would like to know, do they only occur in Africa, and are they being harvested sustainably or responsibly? Well, Papa Bear, I'm not sure what products talking about. Obviously, the most famous one is marula, the liqueur. But I know that I've seen marula soap, shampoo, body wash. But yes, as far as I know, they are being harvested very responsibly. We also have no real shortage of them. And one of the main reasons is they don't get cut down is because they're quite important in the local communities. After the fruiting season, which has just ended, all those marula fruit are collected and put into large vats and made into a sort of a marula beer. So there's always lots of marulas are found. You'll even find a lot of trees are cut down around the village, but all the marulas will still be there. So they are being harvested responsibly. And yes, they are an African species. Sorry. Race station, has there been any sighting or nkonzo of the Nkohumas in Bosok? Sorry guys, I'm just listening to the radio here. Andrew, just stand by, I'm trying to listen to the Death channel. Everything coming. If still Lutu and Konzo for Nkohumas. Not to worry. Go ahead, Andrew. Good morning, Marsha from Kentucky. Marsha's asking about the dark markings on Kudu's ankles. I should like to know whether they are metatarsal glands like on impala. So not really percent marking on impala, but yes they are, but they're not as functional as with impala as far as I'm aware. this morning. Good morning, Brenda from Alexandria. Brenda would like to know why giraffe and zebra are not that common in this area. Well, the zebra actually are relatively common. They just move through the area. Giraffe, because there's not that much acacia woodland here, we're more bush willow combretum woodland, also called broadleaf woodland, which is not one of their favorite foods. So they are around, but they're not in larger numbers. Sort of, if you go a little bit north, east of here, you get huge groups of giraffe, but there you're predominantly acacia savannas. And when I say a little bit north, I mean not even 20-30 kilometers. The soils are different, so there's more acacias, therefore you get more giraffe. I don't know if you guys remember me mentioning earlier, when we tracked those 2 male lions, their tracks would have come in to the west of us here. So I'm just going to go have a sneaky look. Possibly the Matimbas were moving with the Nkurumas and then left them. So you never know if we might find some other lion tracks. Name again, please. Good morning, Trent from Fiji. Welcome on Drive with us this morning. Trent would like to know what the wild dog population of the Sabi Sands is. Well, Trent, you don't really want to look at the Sabi Sands wild dog population as a separate entity. It's part of the greater Kruger population, which is about 300 individuals at last count. Which is quite small. It is down. They got hit very badly by rabies and canine distemper a few years ago and actually dropped below 100. But as far as I know, at the moment, the Sabi Sands wild dog population is doing very well. There's the pack that Scott and I saw recently, that is the pack of 7 or 8. That is called the Investec pack. And then there's the pack I saw on my interview drive, about 14, 15 dogs. That is the half-tail pack. And then we're all on a WhatsApp group that is updates everyone of animal movements throughout the Sabi Sands, even on areas far, far away from us here. And I heard there are 2 different packs in the south at the moment. The lower Sabi pack that's come through from the Kruger, and this Kukuza pack that's also come through from the Kruger. And also in this area, occasionally the Orpin pack comes in from the north, from the Manileti. So there are quite a few packs in this area. So this is where the male lions came in. Seems to be very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I'm just going to take a second to fiddle around here, because there's definitely female tracks here as well. And there's quarantine tracks here. I can't move it. Just gonna have a quick look this side. very, very strange what's happening with the tracks here. So I can only find tracks of a single lioness, and the males we've tracked them out, but the lioness has turned around and headed back onto the cut line and then headed west. And then there's also the quarantine male from last night. He was down this road where he was hunting those impala, the WildEarthTV dams down there. So he's actually walked out here, and then there's been a lot of vehicle traffic, so I've lost the tracks there. But the lioness tracks head west, so we're gonna head west down towards Sydney's dam. But it's very strange. There's only one lioness track, and the males have left here, and she's gone back that way. I'll try to show you. Let's do it that way. So the tracks are in the shade. It's going to be quite difficult for you to see them, but with a bit of sunshine makes the life a lot easier. Okay, the most clear one is over here. Show it with my door in the way. So here you've got the tracks of the two males, or one of the males, going that way, and here's the single lioness track coming this way. And they're both about the same age, so probably around, I think I must have heard them for the first time around midnight last night, in about this area. So there's the lioness going this way, but there's only one lioness track. I've looked everywhere else. It's just a single track, which is quite strange. But we're going to go up onto the cut line, head towards Sydney's. Maybe the rest of the pride's lying up quite close by. Station's been off my mobile for a few minutes. Are there any updates? There's Nkonzo of One Madole Ingwe crossing north at Gari Cut Line junction with Mvubu. There's also the tracks of those two Madole where they entered WildEarthTV. There's Djuma and Gala where they entered WildEarthTV, but there's also in Nkonzo of a single Mafazi heading west on the cut line. I'll follow up for a short while. Come on, Alex, spot us a line. Oh no. Here are the tracks of the rest of the pride. Fortunately, they are crossing north across Buffelshoek. It seems to be a day of cats crossing out of the area. That's very, very frustrating again. I don't know if you can show the tracks there. As you can see, there's quite a lot of tracks all on that road. See all the tracks going straight across our boundary. Oh dear. Well, hopefully maybe they come back in. Well, they are close. They're closer to the boundary than they've been. They went visiting Manyeleti for a while, so at least they're back in the sands. Konzo for a Shambian rider cross north at I think it's Tumbuti Dam. Let's double check what the dam is on the other side of the road. Yep, it was Tumbuti Dam. And we're going to go have a look around Sandy Patch. It's sometimes some giraffe around there. Someone's been asking about giraffe, so we can go have a look around Sandy Patch. Also maybe some zebra in that area. So what must have happened is one of the lionesses thought, oh, staying with the male lions, and sort of walked a little bit down after the male lions and thought, oh wait, hang on, where's everyone else? And then she would have gone back to join the rest of the pride and left the two males to go on their patrol, to go see, maybe go visit some of the other prides of lions that are dominant over. Well, at least my guesswork was spot on. That the Matimbas came back with the Nkumas, and then they split from them somewhere around Sydney's Dam, and we're quite close to Sydney's Dam. Oh, Stenbock. Good morning, Patty from Michigan. She wants to know if it's true with the black mambas smell like curry. I'm not going to lie, Patty, that's the first time I've ever heard that. Not that I'm aware of. I haven't sniffed too many black mambas at close range though. But yeah, I don't think so. But I've never heard that before. The other question Patty asked is. She heard that it's true you often see or hear a puff adder before you would see it. That is very true. They'll hiss at you in the grass. It's their way of letting you know not to stand on them. Very similar to what rattlesnakes in the US do, and that rattle to warn someone when they're getting too close. So what happens with a puff adder? They'll hiss very loudly, sort of just a big and if you hear that close to you, you know there's a puff adder that you might be about to step on. So I haven't even seen any fresh elephant sign this morning. Two impalas while we're tracking those lions. Lilac-breasted roller. Very beautiful bird. So unlike the European roller that migrates, the lilac-breasted rollers are residents. So they don't move. We also get purple rollers here, and they very occasionally broad-billed rollers. It's a nice, good spot for him to hawk for insects. Keeping a watch out for anything to eat. The national bird of Botswana. Temperatures heating up quite quickly at the moment. Wonderful colors. Possibly one of the most photographed birds on safari, because they do sit quite nicely and they don't fly off, and they have such striking colors. Come on, giraffe, or zebra, or even I'd take some impala at the moment. Wildebeest. 2 of them. You can see wildebeest prefer the short grass plains. They're very picky feeders, so they actually eat certain grass species in between. So they don't like long grass, they prefer short grass. And there's some hippos behind that. Well, that's a bull. Good morning, Kevin from Boston. Kevin would like to know why some roads are dead straight and others aren't, and whether it's got something to do with fires. Yes and no. Some of the roads are fire breaks, or old fire breaks, that are burnt in case a runaway fire gets away. Then it meets a burnt area where that fire would stop. But mostly the very straight roads we drive on are boundary roads. So this is a very, very straight road, and this is the boundary between 2 farms. So the very, very straight roads are generally boundary roads, but not always. We do have quite a lot of straight roads that run east to west. What you got there? Oh, well spotted, Alex. Shall we sneak a bit further forward? An African fish eagle. And an elephant. It looks like there's an elephant coming down to drink. Can only see one at the moment. Let's go forward a slight bit. Looks like there might only be one young bull. Instead of water walk, get that speed on. It gets warmer. Ellies seem to be coming down to the water quite often, or to the dams between sort of 8 and 9. Quite a lot of the mornings at the moment. Can't see any more elephants in the bush behind him, so it could just be a single young bull. Can hear the fish eagle calling. Very peaceful scene we've got here. Some wildebeest, elephants, fish eagle in the tree, hippos in the dam. Very Good morning, Georgie from Australia. Georgie would like to know what type of wildebeest we've been looking at. Alex, if you can just go to that one wildebeest again, the one next to the elephant. And you can see, there we go. So that is a blue or brindled gnu is the one name, or blue wildebeest, it's generally known as in this area. There are no other wildebeest species in the Greater Kruger area, but there are in South Africa. There you have the black wildebeest that occurs on the high fault grasslands in the Drakensberg, but we don't get those down here. They're a high fault grassland species. The wind's picking up slightly. You can hear the hippos grunting in the background. So hopefully the young bull comes towards us. So he's probably just looking from here, middle to late teens. It's been pushed out of the breeding herd by the cows. It's possible you might be hanging around quite close to the edge of a breeding herd, so there might be a bigger breeding herd in the area. Or he might just be flying it solo. Oh, he's disappeared up a gully. Doesn't look like he's coming to visit us. Oh, some crowned lapwings on the ground in front of us here. Quite pretty birds. Up a bird, there we go. Also favour short grass. So they're actually ground nesters. So they will lay their eggs in the grass here, but the eggs are very well camouflaged. And they've got lots of different ways of keeping predators away from their eggs. I mean, they can be quite aggressive. I've even seen them dive bomb elephants when the elephants have got too close to where their ground nest was. If there's a terrestrial predator like a mongoose, what they'll do is they will feign a broken wing, and the one will sort of walk and pretend it's injured to try and lead the predator away from the nest. And if that doesn't work, oh, they just dive bomb him. The Eddie has popped up again, a bit closer to us this time. Doesn't seem very relaxed, even from this. We're quite a distance from him still. Well, he's not relaxed at all. Might have been chased by a bigger bull, or the breeding herd might have given him a bit of a hard time. I'm just going to try stop on the road where I think he's going to come through the bush. Here he comes. Hello, little man. Shame he's not relaxed at all. You can just see by the way he's moving. He seems more relaxed now that he's crossed the road. But because he's not relaxed, I'm not going to try follow him. No need to put undue stress on the animal. He might be tracking a breeding herd, which gives me an idea. I might just head down that gate. But we'll jump up ahead of him so we don't follow him. I really like coming to Sydney's Dam, even though we have these sort of long distance views. It gives a nice sort of atmosphere.
Coming back.
Is he coming back? That's a big bull. He might be. I think he's going to head straight down to the water. Stand right here. That was a big bull across the road in front of us. Another one coming?
Yeah.
Ah, it looks like there's some more coming. Let's see what's there. Good spot, Alex. Or maybe that young man looks like the older bull. Yeah, he's changed his mind now. He's seen the old bull and he's following the older bull. But he seems a lot more relaxed now that he's found the other one. I mean, he was quite nervous when we drove near him the last time. Now he's very relaxed. So elephant bulls quite often do that. Will form little groups of elephant bulls, but they'll stay together. That big bull. He is really on the march. So the big bull's gone down to drink.
Start and end your day on safari. Every day, twice a day through January 31st, join a real African safari live on...
Probably very similar. And also that bull was in must. I don't smell any must at the moment, so... Sorry about the clicking of my camera. Haven't had much chance to use it today. I do love big eddy balls. Another drink. The young one's actually keeping his distance a little bit. Maybe he's just looking for the comfort of another elephant in the nearby presence. Good morning, Diane in Michigan. Diane would like to know, how do elephants herds push out the young bulls, and would it be sad to watch? Well, Diane, what they do, it's quite aggressive. They literally just beat them up and bully them out and chase them till they sort of stay away. I don't think it's sad to watch. It's just part of elephant behavior. I'm going to get a better view from the other side now. Murphy's Law. As we got you, disappeared down the damn wall. Okay. Well, that was still nice. Little interlude. Nice jelly ball. Whoa. Where is it? No, there's a hole there. Can't do that. There. The young one going back again. Following the older one. zebra tracks have disappeared. I'm hoping they're going to be on one of these nice open areas here. But the tracks are back.
Start and
Well, I think what we should go do, since we're down in this area, and all the tracks we've tracked today have just crossed out, we're going to go have a quick look at the hyena den, I think, see if there's any action there. We're not even seeing impala this morning. It's crazy. Everyone's on holiday. Barely any birds around. Okay, maybe we'll get some luck around the Impala Plains. and pile of bands is empty. Not even a hornbill.
Start and end your day on safari.
I would say the Buffalo's Hook Torchwood boundary. Copy, thank you very much.
Start.
Or maybe Gowrie Dam.
Maybe Gowrie Dam, or maybe quarantine. Maybe all the zebra tracks we're seeing and stuff are all sitting on quarantine. Maybe there's leopard in the tree on quarantine, and we've been going to all the far reaches of the reserve, and everything's just sitting on quarantine. Wouldn't that be ironic? If Andrew just looked out of his window at FC, he might see something. Andrew, are you looking out your window yet? So I might have taken a shortcut in the block towards Philemon's Dip. Oh, it's that hornbill dust bathing. Being chased by another one. Get a bit closer to them. Oh, and a fork-tailed drongo. Got 3 yellow-billed hornbills in the tree. Oh, and look who's watching us. Some kudu. And some female kudu were watching us while we were watching the hornbills. Those tracks have crossed off the road. I'm hoping he's headed down towards Philemon's Dip treehouse area. I'm going to go back and have a quick look now. Let's go check Philemon's. Okay, let's see if the tracks come out on here. If not, I know exactly where to start looking this afternoon. And hopefully, jigger will be fixed and ready to rumble. This is, if you came off this way, this is more or less where the tracks should come out. Somewhere around here. If not, you can still be in that block. Well, sorry guys, it's been a bit of a tough morning, but always good to be out. We had that nice Ellie ball, and we do now have an idea where leopard tracks are. I haven't had one of these days where everything I track goes off the property for a while, so it's good, keeps me on my toes, keeps me challenged. So hopefully we'll see you all this afternoon, and hopefully Mark will be out with us, and we can get all our issues with jigger fixed. So have a wonderful evening, morning, day, wherever you might be, and we'll see you this afternoon. Cheers.